Hello, everybody. Why are you telling me to rotate device? It's fine, thank you. Alright, sorry for the wobbly. It keeps telling me to rotate device and it's pissing me off. I'm still fighting the flu bug a little bit. So, oh, stop. Device is rotated. You suck. So I was doing some coloring, or not coloring, drawing on my Instagram channel live. I had a couple people join me. Thanks for joining me. It was fun. Never done an Instagram live before. So I thought I'm still in the mood for drawing, but I thought it might be a little more productive for me anyway, because I thought, hey, this way more people can actually see me instead of just having it on my Insta stories for 24 hours. I can make a video. So I thought, okay, I'll come over here and make a little bit of a video and show some of my process. It's not I don't know. Hopefully you find this interesting. I hope so. So what I've already done, let me take this out of my holster here. So what I've already done is create the lines on the page here, and then I picked 17 designs from a PDF book I purchased off tanglepatterns.com. Basically, they do a yearly PDF book of the patterns that have come out that year and years previous. So you can purchase it every year and get the new patterns every single year plus previous years. Mine, I think, is from 2016 or 2017. I think it's 2017. I'm sorry. I'm really trying not to cough. So what they recommend is actually printing it single-sided, cutting it up, and then you have all of these guys. This is how many I have that come in the book. And then let me move this to the side a little bit. And then they recommend picking 3 and doing a pattern with 3. So literally just picking 3 random ones and doing 3 random patterns. So that's picking 3 random patterns. And if you don't know how to do the patterns, you just go to tanglepatterns.com and it'll have a link in there and show you how to do the patterns, which is really cool. And I think I wrote the patterns. Nope, I just showed when I did them. So wow, 2015. So I purchased this in 2015 apparently. I've been doing this a long time. 3 different patterns. And some of them are really simple. Oh, this one is a pattern. I just made it really big and I was going to write a poem in here and then I just never followed through with it. There's the pattern, much more normal sized. And then 3 more patterns, and that's the last of it in that book. But let me get this hooked back in here. There we go. I realize how many weird noises I make now that I watch these back, like whoosha and shabah. Sorry for you. If you guys actually watch these, I commend you. I'm going to try and get better at it. Okay, I'm going to try and move this up just a bit. So, stop telling me to rotate device. It's fine. It's fine. Sorry about the thumb. Okay. So, I already did this pattern, so now I'm going to continue with this pattern. And the cool part, I'm going to have to rotate you guys a little bit because I can't even see. Okay, good. So I am. I found you guys can see if I do it this way a little bit. With Zentangle is that if you don't do it exactly like the pattern, it's still okay. The point of Zentangle is meditative drawing. They don't, oops, stop telling me to rotate device. I'm just gonna let you sit there and yell at me for rotate device. I just don't even care right now. Um, they don't like it being called doodling because doodling is often a mindless, or I guess it is often thought of as a mindless activity for doodling. So, Zentangle is supposed to be a meditative, thoughtful activity. Um, and the concept when I took the class was you take like 2 or 3 patterns and you get really good at them, and then you add another pattern to it. And then you get really good at those, and then you add another pattern to it. And eventually you'll have like this arsenal of patterns that you now have memorized. So when you're feeling stressed or you're having trouble focusing, like a lot of people will do Zentangle during meetings at work, things of that nature. And I do it when I'm kind of stressed, although has to be, it's gonna sound weird, the right kind of stressed, because if I am in the kind of stressed where everything I do sucks and nothing I do is right, I'm a failure, and like everything I do, or everything I touch is like evil and sucks and I don't know if you guys have ever gotten into those kind of moods. Um, but I think I've mentioned it on here before. I have severe clinical depression, and this is a new diagnosis for me. Excuse me. I've dealt with anxiety my whole life, but the clinical depression, I've dealt with depression on and off my whole life, but um, the clinical depression, the kind that just shuts you down, um, just bursts you into tears and you can't function. That's a new one for me. Um, and so I'm still learning how to kind of navigate my art with that one, because I don't want to inadvertently learn to hate my art, or like, well, everything I do sucks, so why bother? Um, so there are some days where I want to do something, but I know like it's just not a good combination, because everything I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be like, well, that sucks, or I ruined that. Look at what I did. Because I've tried a couple times and it's just not turned out. Okay, so I'm noticing I like this section a little better. Um, so I think I need to do larger, more larger rocks, and not quite as many fill-ins. So, and some medium rocks. And that's why I have this right here. Most of these I haven't done before, so most of these I have never done yet. So, including this tipple, which is a fairly simple one, but there's a lot of room for, I'm just gonna do my own thing, which I kind of am anyway. Which is one of the things I like about Zentangle. If you decide I don't like this and I want to change it up, okay, it's not really that pattern, but it's still Zentangle. Have at it. Do your thing, man. And I've had people say, well, that's not Zentangle then. but I think if you're drawing, if you're enjoying yourself, then it's Zentangle. That's kind of the point behind it. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. The more I talk, the more my throat starts to go wonky. Ah, there we go. Some water will help. And if you're wondering what kind of paper I'm using, I'll have to put it in the description below. I got some really nice printer paper specifically to draw on. Um, so it's a nice, thick, smooth paper. It's to draw on, to print on. So that way, if I was printing coloring pages, I had the right kind of paper to do it. I am not really liking this. I hope I like this more when I color in all the black. Because they have it really close together. And I kind of like it better further apart right now. And this is what you call the teenage phase or the ugly phase of a drawing. Where you're just not sure what it's gonna look like. And you're just not quite liking it. Ugh. I'm also making this bigger. As you can see, some of my circles are a little bigger. Well, not much though. They actually look at them like that. Fine, I don't want you either, Cap. I guess they're not as big as I'm thinking. Okay, so let's do some clusters of some big rocks together, or bigger anyway, around this small rock. That does look nice. Kind of looks like I inadvertently made a line, but oh well. Trying to make more rocky shapes. Rocky, instead of the ones down here, which are more kind of just circles. I'm gonna do one big rock right there. Sorry guys, didn't mean to shake you so much. And one thing I don't really like about this setup is I move the table at all and it just starts wobbling. Wobbling away. Stop. And I try and stop it and I make it wobble more. Oh goodness. Alright, and one of the things too I notice when I do this is I get really quiet. So I forgot to put on some music today and I apologize for that. Okay, so we're at about 15 minutes, so I think I'm going to end here, but we did pretty good. And kind of like what I did with this one, I'm getting a little bigger up here. But then I'll show you what I'm going to do. So, oh yeah, I forgot to show you. I am using my Pigma Micron 01 to do the lines, and then the Pigma Micron 08 for the fill-ins. So most of these I don't think I'm going to fill in, but this one has, sorry if you can hear my fridge doing its knocking thing. Anytime it clicks on to cool off, it does this weird knocking noise. We always say it's our knocker, like we have a ghost. So not sure if you could hear that. It's pretty loud. But that's what that was, if you could hear it. And here's where I can either correct mistakes or make mistakes that cannot be undone. So these really tiny little pebbles, I'm going to have to be very careful of, because I have a feeling I'm probably going to lose a couple. But that gives you an idea of what I will be doing for hours. And I'll finish in this part first, but I just wanted to show you, like, that is what I'll be doing to the whole thing, which is why you want them close together so you're not filling in a ton of black. But I don't know why I like them separated more on here, so I might add more rocks in between, like up here. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you joining me, and I hope you're having a fabulous day. Thanks.